a bad show though.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show. And yes, we are live on Twitch. You can follow us on Facebook. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and definitely follow us on Instagram. We're all over social media. And look at that right here. Roman Reigns remains the WWE Universal Champion, but a bunch of surprises has happened in Summerslam. We're covering that up right now. And yes, with my boys, real quick, with Hector and Frank, here's the recap of everything that's going on. And of course, our reaction of each one. But we're going to start with the main event, which pretty much this main event lived up to the hype towards the middle and end. I mean, it was a slow start, more of a storyline driven, but things started picking up. But Roman Reigns still remains the WWE Universal Champion. Hector, you called it from the very beginning. What were your thoughts in this match?
You're right. I mean, it did kind of start off slow, but, things did finally pick up, and that was good, that John Cena, him and Roman Reigns actually started getting the crowd back into it because it looked like we were losing them for a while. And there you go. Yeah, that John Cena, you can't see him now. It was overall good. It was good. I liked it.
I like it too, especially with Brock Lesnar showing up at the end. And I had said during the prediction show that the Big E was gonna cash it in, man. That flirtations of him taking back the briefcase during the kickoff show, and then all of a sudden, you see Brock Lesnar. It was like, how can somebody take out the head of the table? This is the guy. This is the guy. And man, it's sad to say that nothing happened in the ring. Nothing. And I was disappointed.
Completely. I thought, Brock was going to come in doing a 5. But no, nothing. I was just like, what? Come on.
Yeah. I mean, hey, man, Supersonics X. Yeah. How you doing? Listen, again, it was a terrific ending. We did have some fallouts in the middle of the event, but once again, Roman Reigns is and remains the WWE Universal Champion. But the big question is now that we know the ending, now we see these two face to face. What is Paul Heyman gonna do? I mean, Paul Heyman was the advocate to Brock Lesnar. Now he's siding with the head of the table. What's gonna happen? Come on now.
I mean, we've seen this before, when Paul Heyman had the big show. And then, of course, Brock Lesnar was caught up in the mix of this. So I think we could see something like this again. And Roman Reigns, he already knows that Brock Lesnar got his number. When he was the big dog in the Shield, he did not have Brock Lesnar's number. And Brock knows that. Brock owns him. And so we may be seeing a change of the color into the gods here pretty soon.
Changing the colors indeed. And I can't wait till Friday Night SmackDown to actually see, what storyline can they develop to get these guys ready for the next pay-per-view, which is Extreme Rules. And also following Extreme Rules, we also have Crown Jewel that's going to be happening in Saudi Arabia. So things are starting lining up for the WWE as far as the next set of pay-per-views. But more on this story later. You can see the Summer Slam cam that was presented to me by the WWE, and that was the outlook of the co-main event, which was, again, Bobby Lashley winning and retaining the WWE Championship. Look, the only thing I took out of that match was the fact that Bobby Lashley was the man, and the crowd even said it. They didn't want to see Goldberg be champion. I don't care what scenarios they came up with. If it was Goldberg expected to win, guess what? I think they probably called an audible and everything else because things were looking in favor for him at the beginning. But at the end, Bobby Lashley wins. But I don't think that this story is going to end anytime soon.
No, I agree with that. But, tonight was just an example of why Goldberg doesn't need to be in the ring. There was just too many delays on his part, especially when he got hit with that stick, with the cane or whatever you want to call it. Delayed reaction.
Oh, my God. Are you serious? I mean, I was counting 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and all of a sudden he had a knee injury. I'm like, come on, man. It wasn't even realistic. Exactly. And then it was just a cane. It's not like he had a bat. And then all of a sudden his son comes to try to rescue him. And I mean, look, if you're gonna jump on the guy, you're gonna get dealt with. So if you're trying to man up, well, definitely he man down. But it is what it is. Also, Edge defeated Seth Rollins, and again, Hector, you called it. I know Frank, you wasn't around earlier, but I know you sent out your picks. But I think this match could have gone either way. But what I enjoyed the most was the Brood entrance of Edge. Like, it reminded me of the old school 2K. I forgot what game it was from the WWE. I used to use that beat for my made-up superstar, right? And then I heard it. I was like, oh, my God, that's way back. And then to have that tone mixed in with his regular theme song, that was pretty spectacular.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you look at it, the promo he gave on yesterday's show on SmackDown, I was like, is he becoming back to the Brood? Because he was like, you gotta go deep and deep and deeper and deeper. So, and the camera was just, when you looked at him, he was like turning red and stuff. So I was like, oh, this guy's going back into the Brood. And hey, he did that and it came out good for him. He got the W and good to him.
Yeah, definitely good for him. And I told you before, the winner of this match may have a possibility of getting back to the Universal Championship. But after we saw the main event, I don't think that's going to happen. And I got some more feedback at Tony R. Lewis. Thank you for chiming in. He says the Brood entrance was awesome. Definitely awesome. I mean, they could make a remix out of this. You know what I mean? This is the new and improved Edge with a combination. I know I was talking smack earlier about he went back to old school so he could lose even more, but it turned out he went back to old school to what they say when you go back to the very beginning, you bring back your fundamentals, and if you stick to your fundamentals, things will click, and that's exactly what happened with Edge. I mean, it goes both ways. Seth Rollins did a spectacular job too. I mean, look how many kickouts he did every time Edge gave the signature move. So it could go either way, and I'm hopeful that these two will go at it again. I want to see another match of these guys. But let's continue on. Charlotte Flair is the new Raw Women's Champion. Once again, she is now the 12-time Women's Champion. Oh, yeah, okay. Yep, I got it. But she did pin the champ. So there's nothing more to say about it. I don't know if this superhero is going to exist for Nikki Ash. What's going to happen with Rhea Ripley? That is the big question right now. It's like, who is next to challenge Charlotte Flair for the belt? Knowing that now Becky Lynch is on SmackDown, like I called it before.
I think it's still going to be Rhea Ripley right now. I mean, there's nobody else that's really more in competition for that title than Rhea Ripley. She has more to prove right now to try to get a victory over Charlotte Flair. Just a plain old victory. I mean, let alone a title. So,
but you see, that's the problem. We're going to see the same match over and over.
Are you going to sound like Roman Reigns right now, like the missionary?
Yep. It's over and over the same thing.
Well, it is what it is, man. But you're right. I mean, what other superstar can challenge Charlotte Flair? Again, she's never pinned Rhea Ripley, right? She pinned Nikki Ash, and even that, she made her tap out. So, but hey, with that, Drew McIntyre defeated Jinder Mahal, which is kind of a little quick there. It went straight to the point. There was nothing more to say about it, but this is a booster for Drew McIntyre to get his shot at the championship. However, and we're gonna discuss this on later, a later match that will include Drew McIntyre. So we'll see you there, unless he again faces Jinder Mahal. But the biggest one also was Becky Lynch is back. And yes, and before we do, Supersonics X says Charlotte Flair has no challengers, all except Rhea Ripley is nothing but a missionary position for Charlotte Flair. Hey, that's how she likes it, right?
Andrade likes it like that.
I think we could go more in detail about it, but I'm gonna keep it real, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's speak it real here, right? However, the biggest question really is whatever happened to Sasha Banks. I hope that she is healthy. I don't want to start no rumors, and I don't want to say any rumors, but for someone that was on the hot seat ready to take this challenge and all of a sudden is not in the lineup, we can only assume that there's had to be some health issues and they called it audible. You know what I mean? Or it was done by purpose because this is the moment for Becky Lynch to come back. Whatever, regardless of the situation, all right. Look at this picture right here. You see that Becky Lynch is holding the title. She is again the SmackDown Women's Champion. But I just didn't like the way how things developed. I mean, yeah, we got the surprise. Yeah. She got rid of Carmella. But I expected an epic match between these two. You're talking about Bianca Belair being the EST of WWE. That definitely didn't show that she was the best or even the face of the WWE.
I think she just got caught up in the moment. That's what it was, and didn't think about what she was doing at that moment. I mean, like I said earlier, she is the ESC. Right now, she's the dumbest because she didn't do what a champion would do. She didn't think this through.
She got caught in the oldest trick in the book. Hey, how are ya?
Yeah, man, but come on, man. She could take a punch. I mean, she got used and abused before.
You know what? She got
and all of a sudden, now is the
blindsided.
man, so now she has to fold in 25 seconds. I mean,
She
look,
got blindsided. She wasn't, it happens.
it's not like she saw it coming. I'm going to take the Kevin Hart's speech. She saw it coming. It's not like her face was in another direction. She didn't get sucker punched. You know what I mean? And the thing is that Becky Lynch didn't do much to win the title. That's the problem.
It's not the first time it's been done in the WWE, though.
You don't have to do much. All you got to do is pin the person 1, 2, 3, right?
I mean, we've seen Daniel Bryan lose the belt real quick. Bob Backlund lost the title within a couple of seconds. I mean, it happens, I mean, it's.
I'm going to agree with this guy right now, Supersonic X, because I thought about that too. Hey, if Asuka gets drafted to SmackDown, pick up where Asuka and Becky left off from last year, maybe so. But I want to add more to it because the fact that she got pregnant, she was a champion, gave it to Asuka. Now she's back. Her husband's on SmackDown. And like I told y'all, she's going to SmackDown, right? And then all of a sudden now she got the green light to go in, and it's like, here you go. Here's your title back. That's exactly what happened. You know what I mean?
But
so
if you put Asuka on SmackDown, what does that leave in Raw? Raw's already depleted as far as women's.
Well, we just got to wait till after NXT TakeOver tomorrow and then see, because I do expect Raquel Gonzalez to move up to the main roster.
No. I think
dude, there's a major shakeup going on at NXT. And I'm telling you, these NXT veterans, either they're moving to the main roster or they're no longer going to be in WWE. They're looking for fresh meat. I'm telling you that right now. Not to sound like that, but you know.
I get what you're saying, but I don't agree. I wouldn't agree with it because that means you're giving the title to somebody like Dakota Kai on NXT. That's
she's still well deserving. She's still well deserving.
I don't agree with that, but I respect your opinion, though.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. So do you think
Hey,
Kieran? Well, I mean, look, we'll talk about NXT takeover at another time, but let us finish up real quick on the events here. So we have the Usos still remaining the tag team champions. I'm just a little ticked off on Dominic Mysterio. Even like my brother called me, he was like, "Dude, what is wrong with the Mysterios?" Like Dominic is like, um, it doesn't seem like he fits right, one, as a tag team, and two, his maneuvers is like pre-planned, right? Like it's a slow motion than the rest of the superstars. It's like something's not jiving. You know,
well,
I
I
think
think
he needs to like head down to NXT and brush up some skills, man, because it just doesn't look right.
well, we spoke a little bit about it on Tuesday that he wasn't looking right. That there's something that they're not working with him correctly. So I mean, and now it's starting to show more and more. The more matches he has,
Yeah,
he's
you're
not
right.
progressing.
Um, but regardless, the Usos there, and I'm still predicting that the Street Profits may go head to head with them. The new United States champion Damian Priest, I think we all got that across the board.
Hmm.
Uh, heavily favorite, and I'm glad that Sheamus doesn't have the belt because either he can have another feud with Drew McIntyre or maybe get that chance to go after the WWE Championship. Alexa Bliss defeated Eva Marie. Uh, the Raw Tag Team Champs, the RK Bro, finally did it. However, my prediction didn't come up right. Hector, you and I agree. We were supposed to see a double RKO on Omos. That didn't happen. But AJ Styles took that one straight to his defeat, and I'm glad. I am happy for this tag team. They're well deserved, very, very, very. And then lastly, Big E defeating Baron Corbin to get his briefcase back. I mean, um, it, that was that was it right there. That's what I was thought that it was gonna happen. Tonight was the night, and instead we got Brock Lesnar, which reminded me back in Money in the Bank in 2019 when he came out of nowhere to grab that briefcase. I was there at the XL Center, so twice I get to see Brock Lesnar just surprise everybody.
I
Um,
think if Brock is going to stay on SmackDown and Cena is not going anywhere, then Big E's going to will fit better on Raw with that.
we don't need John Cena anymore, to be honest with you.
We didn't need him in the first
No,
place, but
but
we did,
maybe this was it. Maybe this was the calling that they needed somebody else. Remember, we're going back live, audience. Hey, John Cena, we need you. You know, we need our ratings up. We need to sell tickets. This is it. Now we got Brock back. Whatever negotiations they had to do, it is what it is. I mean, and on top of all that, I kind of like the ending because it's telling us there's more to the story. Come follow me on SmackDown. You know what I mean? So,
but I
but
but
before,
that,
go
but
ahead.
I just don't see Big E fitting in this equation now that Brock is
No,
back.
no, and I'm
I
just
don't.
convinced that once they do the WWE draft and Big E moves over to Raw, which is heavily rumored that it's gonna happen, then he'll definitely cash in on Bobby Lashley. But speaking about that, hey, now that we now this is over, right? Uh, I'll start with you, Frank. Which match did you like the most?
Edge and Rollins. I think
Okay.
they completely, for me, I think they had the best match all around.
Okay.
Um, Pretty much that one. Everything else was good.
All right, Hector. What
You
about
know,
you?
I enjoyed the United States title match, Sheamus and Damian Priest. I think Priest actually was given that opportunity on one of the biggest stages. Especially for a title, and he proved well. He did his
Mhm.
job and went out there and won. He did good.
I'm glad you guys mentioned it because I had those two marked down, and my primary pick was the main event: Roman Reigns and John Cena. Once they got the tempo going, finally I was getting there. And again, matches that I'm looking for is, did it get me out of my seat? Did it get me being aware? And all these kickouts and stuff like that. That brings a lot to the table. So definitely I like that as well. Now Who is your number one professional wrestler right now in the WWE? We're at the halfway mark. SummerSlam is over. It's done. Let's reflect back a month or two or whatever. Who in your mind is pretty much your top three superstars right now? Raw or SmackDown, combination thereof.
Okay, you want me to start?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I would say my top three will be Rollins. Oh my God, just a Big E, and I would say Charlotte Flair. I would say those are my top three right now at this midway point.
All right, what tells you, Frank?
I have Rollins, Reigns, and my third one right now. I don't even know that one right now.
So you don't know?
I don't know who my third one is. There's kind of
damn, bro.
We're fuzzies there for.
Like John Cena says,
so
1, 2, 3.
3.
That's it, man.
If I gotta pick,
it ain't Becky Lynch.
No, I'm not.
It's not Becky Lynch. She's
well, I'll let you think about it. I'll let you think about it. Right now, I got
Bianca Belair, buddy.
Yeah, well, definitely she lost. So
doesn't matter. She's gonna have a comeback.
It matters when you're losing 25 seconds.
She'll be fine. She's gonna have a comeback.
She'll be fine, all right. But I got Roman Reigns on this one, and I definitely got Lashley. I think they're the top two champions, man. They're hitting up, and I like Damian Priest. Priest is well deserving. He got that build up. He's been wrestling. You know what I mean? So, that was a scary moment when he did the flip over the ropes, and when he landed on Sheamus, I thought the base of his spine landed on that mat. And I was worried because he had a back injury before, and I was thinking, oh no, man, don't tell me that was it. But I'm glad he's all right. And again, you're going to expect that if it's not a rematch, there's going to be an open challenge for that United States Championship. So, but hey, once again, these are our reactions to SummerSlam. I know it's a slow start. But the biggest pop is not in the WWE. It definitely was AEW with CM Punk. I know there were some questions out there. And then one more thing, man, before I let y'all go. And I know I had a little Twitter conversation with somebody. I'm not going to give his name or anything because it was a ridiculous thing. Look, just because Bianca Belair lost the title, right, doesn't mean that Vince McMahon is racist. And I had a comment like that already. Listen, I know we're big fans and everything. This is sports entertainment. Sometimes we just got to look at things as just sports itself. All right. And let's get away from this racism stuff because we got a lot of black superstars in the WWE right now, and they're all having fun. So when you start bringing out racism and stuff like that, it just doesn't fit the picture. You know what I mean? Bianca Belair will be the champion. I know a lot of people are on the bandwagon for Naomi to even hold the belt. She had her moment. She had everything. Bianca, mark my words, Bianca Belair will be a world champion again because she is the EST. She is the best, and she's going to prove it. Trust me on that one. Rhea Ripley, I know she's not black, right? But she will be a world champion again. I promise you that. Those two are the future. You know what I mean? We got Flair. We had Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. They were together in NXT. The next era is coming, and they're going to take over, and I'm very happy. And that women's division, yes, I do agree that it has to get better, right? But for the most part, I'm telling you, these superstars will get their shot once again. I am agreeing with Hector. I do agree that these veterans that come out of nowhere once they leave, look, if they come back, let them get that match, but not for a world championship. No, that just defeats the purpose, And we've seen that with Goldberg. We've seen it already, And every time Goldberg gets in there, he is a prime example that sets everybody else a failure, right? You're not doing it, brother. You're not selling it. You're not doing it. Just let it be. Sometimes you just got to hang it up. And that's what we see right now. For John Cena, we saw almost the same thing that happened a couple of SummerSlams ago with Brock Lesnar, getting beat up all the time and then sneaking his way up to try to get that 3 count. But for the most part, it ended out pretty well. So, but hey, we're taking a break from this content. We're going to start a new season in sometime in October. But keep in mind, you can still follow us on hhwshow.com with the latest news and everything else. And definitely, I'm going to be tuning in to the next pay-per-view, which is AEW September 5th, when I get to see CM Punk versus Darby Allin. That's going to be great. And I can't wait to look at all the other match cards that they got going on. Hector, Frank, thank you for being with me on this one. And for all the people there in the state of Connecticut and the New England area, and I'm talking about you also New York and New Jersey, please be careful tonight. I know that tropical storm / hurricane is going through. So I hope everyone is buttoned up tight, got enough food and water and everything else. And I'm praying that this storm goes by fast and we can enjoy the rest of tomorrow and be able to watch NXT TakeOver 35. So on behalf of Clovercrest Media, thank you for watching. Good night, everyone. Be safe.